There were 2 extra pieces of chicken in the company cafeteria today.
Huh? No way that happened!
I was surprised too. My subordinates got the same number as usual and everything.
Wow, that was lucky!
My name is Takeshi. I'm 30 years old. I'm a section manager in the sales department of an electronics manufacturer. I got married to my wife Kana 2 years ago, and we're still as close as we were when we first started dating.
It's Mariko. I wonder what she wants.
Mariko is my subordinate and a friend of Kana's from the same company. As a matter of fact, Kana was also my subordinate once upon a time. Around the time we got married, Kana started saying she wanted to take on a new job, feeling that people around us would be worried if we were both working as a married couple. And thus, she transferred jobs. Now she works part-time as a medical office administration clerk.
Huh? Hey, what's up with this photo?
What's going on?
Who did you eat with today?
I told you it was a subordinate of mine? And then she showed me the photo she was looking at. On the screen was a snapshot of a photo of me and one of my female subordinates, Miss Yamada, having lunch together. There was nothing strange about it. It was just part of my normal everyday life.
Why are you eating together so friendly-like, eh?
Huh? Well, I mean, she's my subordinate, and we'll probably eat lunch together if we happen to see each other.
Even though she's a woman? It looks like you're having a lot of fun, honestly.
I wouldn't eat with someone if I wasn't having fun with them, now would I?
Mariko sent me this because she was worried. She said you've only been eating with this particular subordinate lately. Are you really that close that other people would suspect something?
It's a misunderstanding. We've just started working on a project together, and our lunch breaks naturally coincide along with our other breaks too. Also, she's still 25 years old and doesn't have much experience in the field, so I've been giving her advice on a lot of things.
Huh?
I've been made a section chief and I have more subordinates, honey. It can't be helped. And also, I remember you eating with your male colleagues and the section chief at the time. Of course, I wasn't jealous in the slightest, because it was her job. I didn't think anything of it, and what mattered was that she seemed to enjoy her work. Even Kana at the time didn't say anything when I was eating with or talking to other female employees. Since this was part of our job, this was perfectly normal.
But you personally knew all those guys I was eating with. I don't know this girl.
That's because she was a new recruit who joined us after you left. There are many more young girls like her, you know. If you keep arguing over things like this, it'll never end, see? You can't just refrain from talking to anyone. And if this leads to poor business performance, it will affect our household finances and you'll be the one who suffers. Is that what you want? Kana hung her head and shook it to side slightly.
I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. I recently heard a rumor that the husband of a neighbor's wife was having an affair, so I ended up getting a little heated.
Tell Mariko to be careful. I'll tell her too.
Sure.
Why did Mariko do this? I didn't know. It was bad enough she was secretly taking photos of me, and it was straight up unthinkable that she was suspecting me of having an affair. Mariko is not married, and I don't know if she has a boyfriend, but I often see her talk to her male colleagues. The workplace is friendly, and conversations between men and women are quite normal for everyone. I wonder what caused her to think unreasonably. Mariko, can I have a few minutes?
What's going on, sir?
I believe you sent my wife a photo of me yesterday. Could you please stop doing that?
Oh, I'm worried about Kana, sir. And you, Mr. Takeshi. I can't help but feel you're getting too comfortable.
I don't believe I am. I make sure I treat all my subordinates fairly.
Honestly, I wonder, sir. There are rumors going around that you and Yamada are getting along famously well.
Are they really? At least we are getting along well instead of the opposite. I've never heard of such rumors. Maybe it's one of those rumors that dare not reach the ears of those involved. But still, like I said, it's better to work together on good terms than not.
Well, if you act normally, as you always do, it shouldn't be a problem.
And I'm telling you, I am acting normally. Just please stop sending Kana messages like that.
Okay.
Mariko left with a big smile on her face. Eesh, to be honest, I don't really like Mariko. To think my wife and Mariko get along well. But I do remember that whenever Kana achieved success at work, Mariko never once praised her and had a very displeased look on her face instead. I guess that could be called a friendly rivalry, but somehow I can't help but feel that the friendship was one-sided. From Kana to Mariko. Well, only the two of them know the nature of their friendship. Better stop interfering in their affairs. Let's just carry on as we've always done, buddy. I'm a section chief, and it's important to look after my subordinates. But I didn't distance myself from Yamada or the other female employees just because Mariko implied I shouldn't. I don't know if that bothered her or what, but every day or so, my wife would get messages from Mariko, and we started to argue a lot.
From Mariko again? You went to a cafe with a female employee from another company today?
We were just having a business meeting at a nearby cafe. You remember that cafe you used to work for pretty often, don't you? Our company has a very friendly policy where as long as the work gets done, employees can work in the office or any nearby cafe or restaurant. We often go to a large cafe near the office. Mariko was probably there too. Isn't that enough, honey? Dealing with your doubts every day is exhausting. And also, I don't understand why Mariko's message are solely causing our relationship worse.
I don't want to make our relationship worse, honey, but it's wrong of you to sneak around behind closed doors.
Look, I'm not sneaking around. If I was going to sneak around, I wouldn't do so in this cafe.
So you are sneaking around elsewhere?
Of course not. I always come home on time, so it shouldn't be a problem.
But you're in sales. It's possible while you're still on the job.
Just listen. Kana has always been the type who was prone to paranoia. Or rather, she has always been sensitive to change. But more than that, she's super fun to be with. She's kind, funny, and so many other attractive things. And I grew to love her, including her sensitive habits. But now, it's gotten to the point where her attractive qualities can't cover up her paranoia. It's been hard on me mentally too.
Also, lately, I think you've been acting awful towards me.
That's because you keep accusing me. I get so tired so quickly. I've had enough. I'm going to bed.
That right there! As soon as you can't make excuses anymore, you go straight to bed.
The thought of the divorce crossed my mind. Simultaneously, many memories I made with her came to my mind. Maybe this is all just a temporary setback. If Mariko doesn't send her any more messages, maybe our happy life together will come back to us. I fell asleep, hopeful for the future. The next day, I stopped by a department store of Yamada to buy some nice snacks to take to our sales destination. Okay, looks like we were able to buy some that looked pretty good.
I agree, sir. A new creation from a world-famous pastry chef? First on sale today? Hell yeah, we're getting it! They definitely haven't tried those yet.
Agreed. I think we'll have a little more time to spare if we head over there now. Yamada, do you have any shopping to do for the time being? You can have a look around for about 20 minutes.
Well, let's see. Can I go to the cosmetics section?
Of course. Oh, that's right. Can I tag along? I want to buy something for my wife.
A surprise present? Isn't that nice?
We've been arguing every day, but the truth was, I did feel a little at fault for making Kana so anxious. When we first started going out, I often gave her presents, so I decided to recall myself from years ago and buy her a nice gift to fix the rift. I hated if she suspected me of something because of this. I knew she wouldn't disregard my actions so quickly if I brought home something she loved. I followed Yamada and entered the cosmetics sections where I found Kana. Today was her day off from her part-time job, so it wasn't unusual for her to be out and about. But running into her so on point like this... Damn it! The surprise is ruined! Is what I screamed in my heart when I called out to her. Kana!
Takeshi? What are you doing here?
We wanted to buy some nice snacks for a business client, see?
Aha.
Oh, is this your wife, sir?
Ah, yes. Where are my manners? Kana, this is Yamada.
Ah, the one from the rumors.
Rumors?
I tell her I have a lot of subordinates who are working so hard at home, see? There was no damn way I could tell her that Mariko was secretly photographing her, and I desperately tried to cover for what Kana said.
Takeshi, are you on the job right now?
Of course I am. I'm wearing a suit, and I'm here to buy pastries for a business client. Yamada here said she wanted to come this way. We have a bit of time before the meeting today, so...
I see. But there's no need for you to tag alongside her, right? You're not interested in cosmetics.
Oh, well, that's...
Oh, I asked him, ma'am.
And I've asked you before, but you never came along.
Yamada probably answered that way to hide my surprise gift, but ended up having the opposite effect.
I guess it is possible during work.
No!
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize, Yamada. Anyway, we have a business meeting coming up, so we better be off now.
Then I'll come with you to that business meeting of yours.
That's not possible. This is work, after all.
Where are you going to do it?
The main lodge at the Moni Hotel.
Then it shouldn't be a problem if that's the venue. There are all kinds of people that come to the lounge. I'll spend time alone.
But still.
Are you going somewhere you can't show me?
Of course not.
Then take me to where you're going. I just want to have some tea anyway.
I heard that you're a former employee, ma'am. I'd like to hear some sales know-how from a woman's perspective, and I honestly hope you'll accompany us to the venue.
I understand. Yamada was very considerate, and Kana ended up coming with us. In the end, I couldn't buy my wife a surprise present. And what's worse, her suspicions have become more of a problem. We arrived at the hotel lounge, and Kana was reading a book a little distance away from us. I quietly apologized to Yamada. I'm sorry, Yamada. My wife has been a little selfish lately, and a lot has been going on.
I'm sure it's proof that she loves you, sir. If she didn't care, she would have just left us alone.
I'm not so sure. After a while, I got a call from the business partner, and we were to move to a private room in a restaurant on the 5th floor. Kana, we're moving to a restaurant on the 5th floor, so we'll be off.
I'll go too.
It's a private room, and I think you need a reservation. It can't be done.
I'll wait in the lounge then. I want to read this book anyway. You should be over in about an hour, right?
Alright. I wondered how much she had to doubt me before she was satisfied. But if this was enough to satisfy her, then I left her to do as she liked. Yamada and I headed to the restaurant. 3 hours later, since it was our first time meeting today, I thought we would end up just exchanging greetings. But the transaction went very smoothly and we proceeded to sign a contract. It took a while, but I felt a great sense of accomplishment. I'm so glad we were able to sign the contract.
Yes, sir!
Hey, a little late, aren't we?
Kana? Damn, you waited all this time?
You said it would be over in about an hour, didn't you? Did you really go to our restaurant? Come to think of it, there are regular rooms from the 6th floor above. You could do a lot in 3 hours.
In other words, she now suspected that Yamada and I were alone in a room, simply pretending that we were working. Kana, that's enough! Yamada, I'm really sorry. I'll head on home for today.
Of course, sir. Great job today.
We didn't talk at all in the taxi, and the moment we got home, my anger exploded. Hey, Kana! How much do you doubt me? I've had it up to here.
You're always doing things that make you suspicious, so that's not good.
I'm not doing anything.
Look at this then. Mariko sent me this yesterday.
It was a photograph of 2 people in suits heading into a love hotel. 2 people were both facing away from the camera, so I couldn't see their faces. But they had the same build as me and Yamada, and the suits they usually wore were similar. Mariko again?
Yeah, and what's all this about, eh?
I don't know. Show me a picture of my face. You can Photoshop it from behind as much as you want.
There's no way she could take a picture from the front. Her cover would be blown.
Look, this isn't me, and I am not cheating on you. Since that day, Kana's been going out at night more, wearing heavy makeup and fashionable clothes. From her recent behavior, I'm very convinced that her claims that she's going out with friends are all lies. She's probably out cheating. Hey, Kana, you've been going out at night a lot lately. What's going on? Are you meeting up with guys?
The hell? You complaining about that? You're doing it too, so it's mutual.
So you clearly admit to cheating, do you?
It's better than sneaking around like you are, right? So, how do you feel?
No, Kana. I've said it many times and I'll say it again. I'm not having an affair.
Yeah. Actions speak louder than words, you bastard.
Then you'll just have to show me some evidence.
Evidence? You know it's freaking stupid to call it evidence if there is no evidence.
I'm calling an eyewitness, and it's right about time that they came. Speak of the devil.
Don't mind if I do.
Mariko! Why?
Mariko is my eyewitness, or rather, the culprit, considering how many photos she sent you. Those are all lies, and I've been telling you that for a while.
Mariko would never do something like that! Takeshi! You want to protect yourself even by using Mariko to your advantage?
Enough with the bullshit.
Kana, Takeshi, and Yamada just have a boss and subordinate relationship. There's nothing going on. I just sent a few photos that look like it prove that.
Takeshi is making you say that, isn't he? I saw the 2 of them having fun at the cosmetics counter during business hours.
I don't know anything about cosmetics, and I was getting advice from Yamada while I was choosing a surprise present for you. I had some time before the business meeting. You being there ruined the surprise, and I ended up not buying anything.
A present too? No way! Then what's the photo with the hotel all about?
It was a composite of a photo I found online.
Why? Why would you do that?
Mariko, with her head hung, hurled a proverbial dagger at Kana.
I'll tell you why. I hated you!
What?
You're my damn peer, and still you had better results than me when you were still working. Your salary went up, and you were fawned over by your seniors and superiors. On top of that, at the group dates you invited me to, a lot of men were head over heels, and in the end, I ended up believing you only saw me as a tool to make yourself stand out all the more.
No! Perish the thought! We were both single, so I thought we'd have fun.
On top of that, you took all the guys I was after and then dumped them all just for the sake of this ordinary superior of yours? Unbelievable.
Yeah, she was judging me without any remorse here, but I'll just ignore it for now.
If that was the case, don't freaking go to any mixers in the first place. And you leave your job right when you get married? Showing off your happiness, are ya? It really pisses me off. Even after you disappeared, Takeshi still talked about you all the time, and it was so goddamn annoying. You're not so attractive, and your husband isn't exactly Chris Hemsworth, and yet you're so lovey-dovey with each other. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I was insulted again, but we forget those for now.
Mariko, your lies have spun everything out of control. You've got some nerve coming here, eh?
I'm also mentally exhausted. I consulted a lawyer, and apparently I can demand compensation from Mariko. And when I told her that, she got spooked and blurted out the truth to me.
What a weakling. You better pay up the compensation we deserve.
What's with the we, Kana? I'm gonna demand a lot from you too.
What?
You were having an affair, weren't you? You said so yourself.
No, that was a lie. I thought you would understand if you finally felt the same way as I have.
I thought you'd say that. Honestly, and I went and got myself some evidence. I asked the detective to look into it. I then revealed multiple photos of scenes of her affair that the detective gave me.
What?
This time, it was taken from the front, so you cannot deny it.
This was when I thought you were doing it too.
And I was telling you that I was not doing anything like that. Even if I was doing it, it wouldn't be a good enough reason for you to have an affair. Anyway, we're getting a divorce. How about you contact your sweetheart?
I can't do that. He has a wife and children, after all, and it seems like he's doing well in his private life.
Really? Well, see if I care.
What should I do if I get divorced? I won't be able to live on my own salary.
You should first quit your part-time job and work full-time. After committing something like this, you sure have the nerve to say that.
Hey, please listen to me. Let's talk this over, please.
We couldn't have a proper discussion this whole time, which is why divorce is the only option. It's impossible.
I wonder, sir, if divorce is truly the best thing. It must be hard for Kana, after all.
Mariko, who was Kana's enemy, suddenly started to be on her side.
What? If you think that way, you shouldn't have done anything in the first place.
No, it's strange to get divorced over something small like that.
Do you even know what you did?
I only sent some photos. I don't do stupid things like you, like having an affair.
You can't even have an affair even if you wanted to. No one will pay any attention to you.
In an instant, and friendship was destroyed. Well, maybe their friendship was never there to begin with, but still. Pardon me for interrupting, but my decision to get divorced is final. Mariko did say Kana would have a hard time, but you're only saying that because the amount of payment would change depending on whether we get divorced or not, aren't you?
No, that's not true.
Mariko, you!
Well, I'll see myself out. You can talk to my lawyer about the rest of the details. During the days, Kana was going out a lot more often, and I made up my mind. I chose a new, better place to live and sent all my luggage over. She was so focused on cheating on me and getting revenge that she didn't even notice the boxes in the house.
Wait a minute! Takeshi! I'm so sorry! I was wrong! I'll do anything! Please forgive me!
Then divorce me. I said that with the biggest smile I could muster and left the apartment. Apparently, there were rumors going around that Mariko was taking photos of me, and a few of the colleagues who knew about the rumors took a glimpse with Mariko and asked me, "Hey, it's not you, Takeshi, is it? Did you lay hands on her just because she was taking pictures of her?" Dude, no way I would do something like that. That's just the result of my ex-wife versus Mariko. What the? A triangle of love? And after a kerfuffle, Mariko emerged victorious? You stupid meathead. Well, let's say it was a love triangle. They both lost big time. I explained everything and proved my innocence. A good deal of people had their suspicions, and at one point I was looked down upon and suffered some consequences. But after a few days, things returned to normal. Meanwhile, Mariko now finds it difficult to stay at the company. She'll be leaving us by the end of the month. Yamada, with Mariko gone, your workload would increase, but I hope you'll take care of it well.
Yes, sir. You leave it to me.
Mariko also seemed to hate Yamada, who was better at her job than she was. But in the end, she wound up giving everything to her, and the gap between them grew even larger. Yamada's achievements were widely recognized, and she was recently promoted to a chief, higher position than the ordinary employee Mariko.
That reminds me, I went to a convenience store late last night and there was a woman who looked like your ex-wife working there, sir. She looked haggard and seemed a totally different person.
I guess she started working multiple part-time jobs. I heard she had started working full-time at the place she had our part-time job. But I have every reason to believe it'll be tough financially for her to survive on that alone. She not only has to pay me the alimony, but also gave it to her lover's wife.
It must be tough for her. I always saw you as a happy couple, and that's why I was so surprised about this whole thing. I suppose being a happily married couple is harder than it looks. I wonder if I'll be okay too.
Never lie. If something happens, talk to your partner. And above all, trust them. If you just follow these rules, you'll be fine.
You're quite persuasive, aren't you, sir?
Yamada herself is getting married next month. The lucky guy isn't from this company, so I don't know what kind of person he is. But if Yamada chose him, then he must be a wonderful person. I have been thinking for a while that I might be done with marriage. But then I met a wonderful woman introduced to me by a friend. I genuinely hope we can talk heart to heart, always, and take our time. Wish me luck!